Wi-Fi.
Hi, everybody. This is Samara Beth Schwartz Hurley. Shana Tova for those who celebrate. Welcome to the Owwll podcast. We are gathered here in the beautiful Jupiter, Florida. We're actually watching water skiers, and it's like, what time? I don't know. I can't tell time on my watch. I think is that 4 o'clock? I don't know. There's like Roman numerals and stuff on my new watch. So this episode is actually sponsored by the Owwll app, which is the most incredible app there is. My incredible friend, I said incredible twice, you guys get that. Jason Hill, he created this networking app that brings people together in the most amazing way. It's through an app and you make money while networking. So you know that whole, can I pick your brain? Okay, so I've been an event producer for a gazillion years, like 3 decades. I'm like 12. Anyway, I will tell you that when people want to pick your brain, they want to keep you on the phone for 5 hours. So this way you can make your own hourly wage. It's really not about that. It's about the networking and bringing people together. So today here at Cindy's amazing event, the $1 Million Weekend. I've got 2 amazing gentlemen here today. So next to me, you will see Michael Kiefer.
Hey, everybody.
And next to him is the amazing Doug Crow.
Good evening.
And videoing is his beautiful wife, Jen. Let's be realistic. It's all about the ladies. Men get the credit, but we are awesome.
Always.
So, yeah, always. So we are here to talk about first of all, this $1 Million Weekend is amazing.
Yep.
We had the guys they're men of many words. They say, yup, yes.
Well, you already used incredible, so that's gone.
I used it twice.
I know.
So, but what I want to say is that Cindy is so I flew in from Scottsdale, but most of people are here from Florida. So tell us where you're from. What do you do? Let's network. Let's Owwll.
Hey, everybody. Michael Kiefer. My company's Prime Care VIP. I'm from Boca Raton, Florida. My wife and I, we started this business to bring accessible, convenient healthcare to everyone. We have a membership model. It's similar to a gym membership. Our members pay a low monthly fee. You get us 24/7 access, real-time texting with your provider. And guess what? We come to you. It's that convenience factor, house call medicine. We've got mobile medical clinics if you really need something done in the urgent care realm. We're just trying to make healthcare work. For a lot of people, it's not working. We keep the insurance stuff out of it. It's a low monthly fee. You get healthcare.
So, Michael, I have so many questions because I've been there, done it, and I have a lot of T-shirts, actually, with a lot of logos on them, and I have so many amazing questions. But before we get into that, I want to introduce you guys to Doug. He's amazing. Hi, Doug.
Hi, how are you? My name is Doug Crow, and I founded a company called Authority Fusion, and we give great referrals. That's it.
He only gives great referrals. I'm kidding. We don't say the word only or just.
Well, you know, it's there's more to it, but I really start with giving, just like Cindy's doing here at this event. And by the way, if you're not following Cindy Metzler right now, you are missing out on a powerhouse of a woman. She's put this event together that I've been to a lot of events. This one is one of my top 10 favorites for sure.
Yeah, I would say this is like for an intimate gathering like this, I would say that this is one of my tops. Tops.
And it's a house, so there's going to be a house party later, right?
Well, so it's a mansion on the water, and if we could turn the camera around, you would see that we're quite literally on, I guess you would call this the bay, part of the ocean.
Yep.
Yeah. And the kids are water skiing, and the speedboats are being driven by 8-year-olds. It's quite interesting.
Samara, what about you?
What about me, Doug? What is it you need to know?
What kind of referral could I give you?
So thank you for asking, Doug. And that's how the referral process works. So I have been producing events for 30 years. I was 2. And the reality is I have really gone into a pivot, a different world. I'm watching your wife here taking a selfie. She's fixing her hair. I love it. Jen, she cracks me up. Anyway, the kinds of referrals that I'm looking for are executives, CEOs, executives who value the event productions, retreats, incentive travel, team building, board of directors meetings, getting away from the office. And you know what's really interesting, gentlemen, and I want to hear where your company has gone, what direction, is that in all the years of doing this in all the cities, I've gone from Fortune 100, 500 companies to now 2024 is the year we're in, because I know you're watching this in the future of 2050. They're watching this recording because we're just that good. So what's happening now is we're in a post-pandemic world. They called it COVID. I'm saying this to the aliens in our world who are watching this in 2050. And people now work, wait for it, remotely. They do remotely. Now, I've actually worked remotely since 2001. But that's unusual. So actually 2000, correction. But most people are not used to that. So the trend is that a lot of companies are not renewing their leases. There's no water cooler conversation. There's no let's go out to lunch. There's no dinners. There's no holiday parties. There's no team building. It's like, oh, we have no budget and it's working. People are working. So we don't really care about employees anymore. So we want to bring that back to the table.
Yeah, it's really important. It's like, the email killed direct mail and now became cool again. And we were all virtual and we got disconnected from folks. So having events, meeting people in person, old school stuff really works, and it works really well because we can get to know each other better. It's three-dimensional.
So
Samara, did I mention?
Let Michael jump in here.
Yeah, did I mention that we come to you? So like what you experience, there are more workers from home. We actually go to your home. We take care of you on your couch. We get to meet you, your family, where you're making your healthcare decisions. We create that relationship with you. You're not in a cold, sterile environment waiting to be seen. You're not going to spend 7 minutes with your provider. Most of our appointments last over an hour. We really have a wellness approach to treating you. You mentioned there's a hybrid workforce. That's why we have 2 30-foot RVs that are full mobile medical clinics. And we can also post up at our employers' businesses. So if there's a headquarters, we could have health fair days, wellness days. So that is our model, is trying to tackle the changes in the workforce.
So thank you for sharing that, Michael. I love that. In fact, what you didn't know is that when my father had a stroke last August, and we were, trying to get him in the car and go, and then the ambulance and all that, and then he went through rehab, and they were like, okay, you can go home now. And my 76-year-old mother is supposed to get him back in a car to go to rehab at the hospital because insurance doesn't cover it otherwise. That's Medicare, right? And so my mom's like, you're kidding me, right? Like, I have to get my husband back in the car every day for rehab. So we ended up doing hospice at the home for a short period of time, and we got the bed and all that. And I called them at night and I said, this is not working. Please come and say you're doing an official just checkup and audit. And they did at like 10 at night. And my dad was brought right back to the hospital, the hospice, because it's more than people can handle. But I find that the older generation, we're in the baby boomer land, okay? So that the baby boomers are all like, we want to be at home. We don't want to go to a hospital. And it brings back memories. I want to be triggered by our parents. And we're not going in a nursing home. And we want to be in our home. Leave us alone. And so what's happening is they think they're just like amazingly fit and health. And so they're at home. And then it sits on us as the children and to take care of them. So I love the fact that you come to the house, because I am not carrying my parents and putting them into a car.
No, how heavy are your parents?
Well, I mean, I don't weigh a whole lot. I'm only 5 feet. I weigh like 105 pounds. But my mom, she's not much, but still, like, she's stubborn.
Right. So those are people with mobility issues. But what about, do you work hard?
I work so hard. I have no time to go to the doctor
Correct.
at all.
You want to take a half a day off work to go make an appointment?
That's my point right there.
So we come to you, and a lot of times we're seeing you on the weekends, after hours, when it's convenient for you.
So did you know that I have a private therapist?
I did not, but I do now.
When I say therapist, I don't mean psychological, although I should. It's actually my doctor, who she's amazing. And I stopped going to the clinics because, like, I live in Arizona, so I'm not in Florida. But the clinics, you're getting doctors are like, oh, by the way, so-and-so's out of town and they can't take you. We're going to put you with someone else. Or, oh, we didn't get your stuff, or we don't know what we're doing, or we're prescribing the wrong medication, the wrong dosage, or the wrong pharmacy. They're just not paying attention.
But you have to pay cash for that, right?
Well,
Your
no,
insurance won't cover her, will they?
no, I'm saying insurance covers the lackadaisical. Insurance does not cover my physician who I can text and say, hey, listen.
So
I need
that is
this."
you just made my pitch. So we tell people health insurance, it only pays for healthcare. It does not provide healthcare. So if something happens to you on a Sunday night at 6 o'clock, your United healthcare card ain't going to treat you, but I will. So you need a health insurance for those really bad times when something bad might happen to you. But for your day to day, you're better off with a cash membership and actually getting value for your money.
I have actually a concierge doctor in Charleston, and for a couple of years, it was great. It was really inexpensive to have it, number one. And when I went in to see him, I could get an appointment same day. And I need a prescription for my my eye. Here you go, no charge included with the. I'm not saying you do that. I'm just saying it was really good prescription. Yeah.
So I love that. When I lived in Charleston a long time ago, my gynecologist's name was Dr. Flowers. It was a gentleman. I found that very
Dr.
interesting.
Flowers?
Yes, it was very interesting.
Ah, so many jokes right now, but this is PG.
Just
I know.
bit my tongue.
So,
At least
okay.
his name wasn't Dr. Fish.
Well, speaking of doctors
Taco.
and interesting names, did you just turn me down?
Okay.
Just for the
Yeah,
record,
okay. Well, here,
the founder and
think they're pulling the
CEO
plug
of
on us.
Owwll turned us
pulled the
down.
plug on us.
We got
You
pulled.
guys are boring.
I was going to tell you who our sponsor was, but now it's just not. Wait, what?
Was it applause or was it
Oh
ocean?
my God. Thank you, audience. Thank you so much for loving me.
Yeah.
We can
It's
start
Sally
talking about
Field.
Pap smears or something.
Yeah, spread them. Okay, so while we're on that topic, this episode is sponsored by BioHard. It's sex and energy boost for erectile stamina and fast energy. Biogenics is actually the company.
You know, most
BioHard is
hosts
their-
test their own products, Samara. So I don't know. I want to actually give us a little testimonial on that. at some
So
point.
what's so amazing is that it comes in mixed berry. I find that the mixed berry, it's like it likes people, women, men of all.
It doesn't
Flavors.
discriminate. Yeah.
No,
That's
it's,
right.
it's like
You
flavor.
can one day identify as a blueberry or a strawberry.
Oh my God, I think the ratings
Hey,
just
where
went
did-
up or down. I'm
Where are
not
we gonna
sure.
go now? It's up to you, hosts.
Well, don't you worry your pretty little faces because they have another product, which I got to tell you about this, guys. I can't let it hanging. Or should we just wait? We should wait. We should wait. We shouldn't just
Good
like,
tease.
we shouldn't give it all at one time. It's too much. It's too much.
That's one of the products, I think.
Yeah.
We'll leave it hanging. No pun.
Another product.
This is so hard to do. Okay. So tell me, you work a lot with branding.
Yes.
So tell us, like, what is the key need? What are your clients asking for right now in 2024?
You know, it's I've been watching the whole marketing space just blow up over the past 20 some years, and I see a lot of people. It's be the content is king, which is great, and with AI, it's getting even more inundated with stuff out there. So I was loving the discussion we had earlier about personal branding and developing that brand and a personal brand versus a business brand. And today, what really matters is connecting with people. And if you do that, that's your personal brand. And it doesn't have to talk about business. I haven't talked about what I do yet, right? Because that's not important. What's important is someone to know, like, and trust first. And once that happens, then it's very easy and seamless to introduce a product or service.
I agree with you. And a lot of people think I'm easy
That's another
to
product.
know,
Oh, sorry.
trust. Innuendos are everywhere here at the $1 million weekend. So we've actually been through several tropical storms since we got here. So we're feeling a little winded. I feel like it's a little winded.
What do we need?
So what we need is a little bit of lube. So
You really want to come to the $1 Million Weekend Club because my gosh, you know what's going to happen tonight after 10? I don't know.
So Biogenics, also our sponsor, is their tagline is well, I need my glasses because there's no way that says what I think it says.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Mom, if you're listening, please turn this off. So Biogenics, it's actually sold at CVS pharmacies everywhere. Okay. So this is lube for a happy life, and you have guaranteed smiles. So this is a money back guarantee. So if you use all the lube,
My wife is doing a
Oh, I
slight
love your wife.
demonstration on the, yeah.
if you use the lube, which is vacuum sealed apparently, you will have a happy life.
Let's talk about branding for a moment.
Guaranteed smiles.
Oh,
Yeah,
one
but
of
the
them
first
is
part-
silicone based and one's water based. That's the
Let's
difference.
call something for a happy life as opposed to the unhappy
You
lube.
can say happy
Angry
life
lube?
is happy wife. Or
That's
happy
right.
wife is happy life. That's how that goes.
The unhappy one is the one that's pepper flavored. You don't want that one. Stay away
Yes.
from that one.
For your BDSM folks, we have jalapeno flavored stuff. That's great.
Seriously, we can't make this stuff up. We're actually serious. This is the sponsor. And if you need to learn how to shake, it comes with a shake shaker.
Speaking of shake, I was going to ask Forbes if she had marketed the shake weight. That was
The
a big,
shake weight.
a
Oh,
big
I
product
know
line,
that
right,
thing. They
right?
still
Yeah.
have that.
Yeah.
If sometimes you feel like, what is this book here? I want to hear about this book.
This was from one of our speakers, Stephen Edwards. He has a
Yes.
book called Weeding Through the BS From Idea to Acquisition. So
Very
go
cool.
online and
Mhm.
purchase a book from Stephen. But
Yep.
he kind of shares his journey, and I'm excited to read it. He gave me a copy. So
Yep.
now I got something on the toilet.
So, you know what's really interesting about my presentation today is I didn't say anything in the end of my presentation at all. Completely left it out.
Yeah, Forbes came up to me and says, that was a good talk. I got some notes for you to help you out. It's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, here's
Yeah.
the thing. So, I've been an event producer for 30 years. I'm usually the one in all black running around, and like it's kind of like the cartoons where you see them go run, 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 and then they go do run, 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 do run, 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 do making like everything look like it's seamless and nothing's going wrong, but we're actually dealing with all the behind the scenes drama. So I'm actually not normally in the front. I'm not usually the one on stage.
Oh, come on.
No, it's
You're
it's
so
true. That was the first
eloquent.
time I did a keynote before. So yeah, ever.
Well, we loved your story. Do
Mhm.
you want to share some of your story with us again?
Kind of, sort of, not because it's a little dramatic. But what I can say is, I have a book series coming out. October 10th is the first book, and I'm a co-author in this book by Eric Swanson and John Kovacs.
I know Eric.
Habitude
very
Warrior.
well.
So Eric and I are besties for the resties. Shout out to you, Eric. Love you, dear. And John, I love Johnny. I call him
Eric
Johnny.
and I spoke in India together.
In India or Indian?
India.
Oh, well, how ironic that we had Indian food tonight and you
That's
spoke in
right.
India. So I am actually on his Speaker Heart stages too, but we did a Q&A style.
Yeah.
And I'm in a 3-book series on human empowerment. And so the Little Bamboo concept, so for those who weren't listening in today, which is pretty much everyone here who's at home, is that my nickname is Little Bamboo because I have had a lot happen to me, and I sway, I bend. I mean, I'm very flexible. I bend, like literally bend. That's what the towel's for. But I don't break. And bamboo is actually the hardest thing to break because it's the most durable plant out there. And it can endure hurricanes and probably atomic bombs, but we don't want to know the truth on that. But what I can say is being resilient is what gets you to transform. And once you transform, you have to take the transformation and the resilience. Once you're through it, that's the key. Can't be in the middle of it, because if I was in the middle of it, I'd be bawling. And then create that personal brand. And as an event planner, branding is everything, and you're into branding, so like that's the importance of it. So some of the things that I didn't talk about is about that the first book is coming out October 10th. So I'm very excited. It's my first book that's being published. I'm interviewed all the time, but I've never actually written for a book.
Are you having a launch party?
We are on October 10th.
Where?
It's going to be virtual because we're all located in different places. So it will be virtual. And then we always do book signings, and the books are in Barnes & Noble and other bookstores, and then we'll speak. So that's pretty cool. And then I'm writing my own book. So
Terrific.
yeah. So I'm hoping some particular person here might publish it with me. We'll see.
Well, I happen to have a publishing company in New York that does publishing for free, Samara, so I'll be happy to do that for you.
How convenient. Bum, bum, bum. Fortitude.
Next guest, please.
Ow, there goes the dentist appointment. So actually, what's really interesting is that I met Cindy at a 10X Ladies event, so Elena Cardon's event, and I went to that event, and I was like, oh, this is great. I have girlfriends. I met some girls who are entrepreneurs that live somewhere else, and it was wonderful. And then I went home. I'm like, okay, that's it. And then Grant's team called me, and they're like, you know that because you went to this event, you now have a free event in Tempe, Arizona, where I live. Well, I live in Arizona. And so I'm like, oh, really? And then my dad got sick and then he passed away, unfortunately, of 4 different cancers: pancreatic, liver, lung, and bladder cancer within 6 weeks. It was insane.
Jeez.
And so we're coming up to a year on that. But I was just like, I'm not in the zone. Like, I just don't want to be around people right now. I'm dealing with a lot. And so I pushed it off. And then January came around. They're like, hey, we're going to be in Tempe again. Like, you want to go? And I was like, I might as well just get this over with. So I went, and day one, they're like, you need to become a certified business coach. And I'm like, no. And then by the end, I was like, fine. I was excited about it. So I've been doing that ever since. And it's we don't always know why we do something, but we just jump into it sometimes. You got to
Absolutely.
jump. You got to jump. And when you take that massive action, you don't always know what you're going to get out of it, right? So, what are some of the massive action examples that you guys have gotten out of the crazy in your life? And you're like, why the hell did I just do this? And then you're like, oh my God, 10 years
Woo.
later, now I know why.
For
You go
me,
first, Michael.
that's easy. So my first career was not medicine, but actually finance, and I spent 20 years in finance. My wife was the medicine, and just living with somebody who's in the current system and hearing all of her complaints and coming home and just being worn out, tired, and not being able to provide the kind of care that she wanted for her patients. We looked at each other, and in finance, I had made a lot of money off of inefficiencies in the marketplace. And the more I learned about healthcare, I'm like, this is the most inefficient market I have ever seen. Like, anybody who figures this out, we can make something of this.
What do you work in government? Then you'll see something even better.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother thing. That's inefficient on purpose.
Yeah.
But healthcare should not be inefficient. It should be most efficient for you. I went back to school. So medicine is a second career for me. I took night classes. I did not have any science classes. I literally went to Miami-Dade Community College. In 8 months, I knocked out Anatomy 1, Anatomy 2, Micro, Biochem, all the courses that I need to even start this journey. And I became a provider in 2.5 years as a nurse practitioner, which is the fastest you can possibly do it in this earth. And I've never actually, had a job as one. But the moment that I graduated, the moment that I was licensed, we launched our company, and we've been providing exceptional care to our patients. But I can't think of any bigger action than that.
That is massive. I love that. Especially, I don't know, how old were you when you did that?
10.
Yeah, no, I'm 44. So this was 39, 38.
That's impressive. Yeah, I spent 20 years as a real estate developer. I had a radio show on ABC in Chicago about real estate. Did very well with that. I had an academy where I taught real estate investing. And then, of course, 2008 happened. And people say, oh, I had a foreclosure. I'm like, yeah, I had 19. Bankruptcy, divorce, pretty suicidal, living out of my foreclosed home for a while. And so during my little boohoo phase, I wrote a book. And the book was awful. I mean, it was so bad I didn't publish it. But I had some people on the radio show earlier who had been very successful, like Robert Kiyosaki and Laura Langmeyer. And so I called them up and said, how did you get this book thing done? Oh, we're best-selling authors. We're not best-selling writers, Doug. Like, oh, you didn't write your book? No. So we developed a whole program for journalism, ghostwriting, and editing and development and publishing a book where a CEO or founder can get their personal brand established without having to write. So that whole business flourished for 14 years, very, very well. And we're doing a little bit of a pivot now because we've got some scale opportunities in the offshore markets for helping other companies outsource a lot of their services and products, documentation, marketing, ops, a lot of things. So that's going to be a new venture for us. We're very excited about that. Oh, I just said what I did. I was supposed to just talk about other person. Okay.
Well, Samara, will you be writing your own book, or will you be using a ghostwriter?
So it's kind of funny because I shared stage with Laurel Langmeyer and Sharon Lecter. Well, Laurel yelled at me. I was justified. And I work, closely with Sharon as well. And I will say, she's right. She got really mad when I told her I was living off my IRA at one point. Yeah.
Sorry.
So I am writing my own book, and I'm trying to figure out who the best publisher is for it, because there's several books. Like the ones I write about retreats and events and event producing, the how-to books, it's like, okay, you can self-publish those, right?
Yeah.
They're just how-to guides. But the ones that are about your life, those are epic. Those are Oprah.
Yeah, you've got a really powerful story. The thing it's not really about the publisher now, it's about the marketing, because New York publishers used to be really good at that. And the whole Amazon killed 90% of New York publishers.
Yeah.
The ones that are left are very, very strict on taking clients because they got to make money on these $20 items.
Yeah.
So it's more about the marketing. I would focus on a good publicist before I would even think about the publishing end.
Well, I agree with you.
Oh, well, okay.
Not just because I was a public relations major, but I agree with you,
Yeah.
even as just a person.
So if there are any amazing publicists watching this, Samara is interested in meeting you.
Yes.
Don't all call me at once.
That's
I
right.
get calls
What is
like
your email and phone number
every.
again, please?
I get called 555-1212 without an area code.
444, forget it.
Remember when I was just talking to someone, I think on the airplane,
Yeah.
about how we used to have back in the day when we had phone numbers with no area code.
Right. I remember that. I'm that old.
Yeah. So the rotary phone and the touch phone, or when you call
Mhm.
the operator and you ask for the you ask for the weather.
Oh my gosh.
Or
'Cause information. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
411 for information, which is
Uh-huh.
why when you're listening to a rap song, like, what's the 411? That's what's the info. And 911 is literally 911. If you don't know that, then you're living under a rock. Yeah. So,
187 was murder because that was the code in LA for a murder.
okay,
Ooh.
you're creeping me out because no one knows that but
I
you.
listen,
You
I
know
listen
that.
to
How many
old school
times did you
rap. I
call
told you
that?
I'm 44. I grew up in the 90s. Listen,
I'm going to be
old school rap.
49.
I am the OG here then. I guess.
Yeah, you're old. We can agree with that. So tell me, why did you guys decide to come to this?
Oh, because of Cindy.
So tell us a little bit about your relationship with Cindy.
Cindy and I worked on a project with a mutual client, and I learned to really appreciate and respect the crap out of this woman. She is resilient as you can possibly imagine, because I can't say anything more about that. She is just a very smart, switched on, heart-centered entrepreneur leader, and I will do anything in my power to support that woman because she's got it right. That's it. That's the reason I'm here.
Yeah, and I'm friends with Dennis. Dennis and
Mhm.
I spent some time together in different networking groups, and he mentioned this, and I thought it was a good opportunity to sponsor and get to meet like-minded people. So today is all about financial wellness. Tomorrow, the theme switches to your actual health wellness, and I don't think you can have one without the other. So I will be a speaker tomorrow on the health panel, and really talking about all sorts of things. There's studies out there that obese people are 50% less likely to be hired for a job. And this is not to fat shame any of you out there. I mean, it's not fair that this is the way it is, but you're more likely to be passed over for promotions. There's a lot stacked against you. People do look at you and they judge you instantly. It's kind of a human nature thing. So the better you can make yourself feel and look, the better you have of making your life the best it can be.
And I know a lot of wellness programs at corporations also take that into account, your BMI index for hiring and stuff, because they got to pay for that.
Correct. So the other side of our business is actually on the business to business side, which is helping self-funded employers lower their healthcare spend and their healthcare costs. So you may think of self-funded. These are large organizations, 1,000 or more employees. They have enough money where when you go to the doctor, they're actually paying for it. So it's in their best interest to keep you as healthy as possible.
It's really interesting because I lived in Canada for 5 years, and it's a social medicine country. Now, the first 3 of them, we were working for an American company, so we still had Aetna based in Houston. But when we switched over to a Canadian company, we were in full-fledged into the social medicine. And we are in an election year, and I know there's a lot of opinions out there right now. But what I can say is that it was really interesting being on that side of things, because if my daughter, like, I say when, because it was a lot, when my daughter would get sick at school and it's like 2 in the afternoon, and by the time you go and pick your child up from school and you bring them to the doctor, they hit a quota. So the doctors are government funded and they have quotas. And once they hit that quota for the day, they're done seeing patients, whether it's 2, 3, 4, whatever time it is in the afternoon. So what happens is, you can very rarely make appointments. So it's a line, it's walk-in process. Occasionally they'll let you call in advance, like if you're calling in for a restaurant. So you go there and you realize there's lots of homeless and there's people who are just, sick there, whatever. They're getting there first, like early, like an hour before they open, waiting in line like it's a concert, sometimes even earlier if it's a busy area of town. And they're waiting in line, and you get there and you're like literally waiting in line, and then you have to go and order. But your kids don't get sick on time. They're not promptly getting ill at 7 in the morning. You're getting called in because someone fell off of something, or, I mean, my daughter, she fell off the monkey bars. That was a different situation. She went in the ER. She was called the ambulance girl because they drove the ambulance onto the playground because she had a compound fracture on but so she was in the hospital. And in those particular situations, social medicine was actually great because we were in the ER a lot. But when you're talking about regular healthcare, it's an issue.
Yeah, so not to be political, but the Medicare for all, right? If you think it's hard to get an appointment now, if you're waiting weeks or months to see your primary doc now, and that's with only half the people being insured, try to imagine what that looks like when everyone has Medicare for all. And it goes back to what Medicare is. It's a payer system. It's not a provider system. There's still this massive mismatch of there's not enough providers. We have a provider shortage in this country. So you're only going to make that problem worse if everyone has access and they have the ability to pay for something, but there aren't enough people providing that care. So that those docs that you mentioned, they hit their quota, which means we need more docs. Nobody's really looking at the other side of the equation, but that's really how we got to fix the system. And that's what we're trying to do, is provide a lifestyle for physicians and for nurse practitioners that are out there. If you want a better quality of life, come check out our organization. We are hiring, but you will have a much smaller patient panel size. You will have balance and quality of care. You'll be able to spend as much time as you want with your patients. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
So,
Go ahead.
well, I just wanted, before we move forward, Doug, I apologize, but are we giving the office number out, Michael?
Sure.
Okay, so this is, the website. So it's info. And that's an email. So the website is primecarevip.com. So it's prime, PRIMECAREVIP.com. Now, in their particular case, they put the www before it because they're not in tune with the fact that everyone knows it's the World Wide Web.
Yeah. Well, we took primary care and we shortened it to prime care. That was our strategy.
Well, I appreciate you not bitling it.
Yeah. Yeah, we've done a bunch of books for people in the healthcare space, and the data on this is very sad. Number one, my college roommate spoke about this. He was an investigator, and I read a report from the General Accounting Office of the United States government, not political. This is just the GAO, that 25% of all Medicare claims were false, were fraud. And my friend who's working in investigation said that's not true. It's over half. That's what at the time, it was like a $735 billion budget. The second thing that I found really strange is that if you look at any other industry, it's pretty much like outcome based. Hey, the plane landed. Congratulations, we lived. But the healthcare system, it's not outcome based. It's what a lot of people call it is disease care. You know how many nutrition classes physicians get?
So that's the other thing is, in the insurance model, the insurance company only knows that something's wrong with you when they receive a claim. And these claims may take 30, 60, 90 days. So even if they have their own care navigators, their care coordinators, there's nobody there making sure that you're receiving the best care, navigating their network. They can't be proactive because they don't even know you're sick. So, we really need to solve that problem as well.
I love how I was getting bills after the 2 years after the pandemic from doctors, and they're like chiropractors and podiatrists and stuff. Like, we're so sorry, we're sending this now. We're just a little delayed. I'm like, 2 years delayed? Are you kidding me?
Oh, no, I talked to a surgeon center network just last week, and the guy from Wisconsin said, yeah, we're short 134,000 surgeons right now. They can't even fill it. They need because not many people are going into medicine because they're all turned into employees, right?
Yeah.
So you got a really good system here, Michael.
Yeah. So here's the thing about these wonderful insurance companies. They don't pay us, right? So physicians have to see 30 or 40 people a day just to keep the lights on because they've got their coder, the front desk person, the receptionist, the nurse who's drawing your blood, all these people, their liability insurance, all these expenses, and they're getting $36 from Cigna to treat you for that 15-minute visit. So think about how many people they have to see. And then because it's a fee-for-service model, they're going to make you come back in 30 days, even if you don't need it. Why? Because they need to bill again. So instead of going over your labs through a phone call or a telehealth, which has a lower billing, they're going to make you come back and talk about your perfectly normal labs.
Yeah.
So something, I don't know if this is here in Florida, but in Arizona, you can't really get into labs as a walk-in anymore. They don't have anyone at the front desk. So you have to make an appointment, and sometimes you have to wait weeks to get in to get your blood drawn. And I have to do that frequently because I have several things they check on all the time. And so it's very frustrating because it's like they give you very limited time frames.
Mm.
And if you walk in, they're like, they get so mad at you. First of all, the system is like a QR code automation. So no one's there for that. Then there's no one there at the front. And if you go to the front, they're annoyed that you're bothering them. And it's like, what is happening? It's this trickle down effect.
Right, we talk about inefficiencies. So that lab requisition is associated with your visit. So you'll see your provider, and based on what's wrong with you, they're going to have these diagnosis codes. We call them CPT codes or ICD-10 codes. If they don't match up with the requisition to the lab, you're going to start receiving all these big bills. And then me, the provider, I've got to go back and give the lab company the proper diagnosis codes that the insurance company covers it. So you've got all these different players in the game, and none of them are talking to each other. We talk about the inefficiencies.
Yeah.
So that's why with our model, we bill you for our cost of drawing the lab, which is about 97% off retail. So we have wholesale pricing with LabCorp and Quest. I draw on site and I drop it at the lab for you. So that doesn't have to happen.
So the bottom line here, since we can't, it's really complicated to fix the system. So there's two things we should all do, which is eat right and exercise.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
Just enjoy life, you guys.
Yeah.
Just enjoy life. So we have a new
on
guest.
that note,
coming in.
the bar is open. So, all
No,
right.
that's fine.
we
Signing
were
off.
we were that bad. Sweet.
We're gonna keep streaming. I think they'll keep it going.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. All right.
See ya.
Don't go anywhere, folks. There's more to come.
That's right. All these puns. There's more to come with this here and here.
This episode was brought to you by Biogenics, BioHard Sex and Energy Boost, Happy Lube, Happy Life, and the lube for everyone. We don't discriminate at all. Thank you for all of the things. I'm carrying everything. Okay, this is their name tag.
5-hour energy? What is that?
Read it. It's your sponsor.
It's my sponsor. So we're about to go live. We're about to go live, guys. Hey, Ellie?
And I need more. Can you get this water? Where am I seating? Where am I seating? Oh, okay.
You want me to hold this?
We are. Do you want to eat on air? It doesn't matter. Whatever you want.
Is this a mukbang?
Is that water? What is that?
Coffee. Are you about to do a mukbang with us? No, mukbang. You know what that is? Like a really pretty girl just eats on the phone, like eats on the, you know, like those people
Water.
that just eat.
I'm just thirsty.
It's called a mukbang.
Okay.
It sounds dirty.
Okay.
So are we talking about anything specific? Or we're just kind of flowing.
Literally whatever you want.
So I'm gonna introduce
There are no
everybody.
rules here.
I'm just gonna introduce everybody, and I'm gonna ask a series of questions.
Okay.
By the
And
way, we are live and there are people watching right now.
Wonderful.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
hello, everybody. My name is Manav Kohli. I'm hosting the Owwll podcast right now with Naz.
Hi.
And you want to introduce yourself to the world?
Jenna Quinter. Hey,
Jenna
everyone.
Quinter. We got two lovely ladies here with us.
Quinter, Jenna Quinter.
Give everybody a follow. I am at Living Manny on Instagram or Manav K on LinkedIn.
Hi, I'm Nazneen, Chugtai Naz for short, with Elux Management, and my Instagram is Crazy Life of Naz, N-A-Z.
Don't forget your LinkedIn. Shameless LinkedIn plug. We're on LinkedIn Live, guys.
Yeah. We are. Hey, LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn. Jenna C. Quinter. And so what I want to hear about y'all.
All right. Well, actually, I was going to kick off by asking, what do you do, Jenna? Exactly.
Oh, man. That put me on the spot now. Okay. So
Always.
first and foremost, I am a wife and a new mama of a 2.5-year-old girl named Azalea.
Woo! Let's
So
go.
I'm
All
creating
the
a
mamas out
little
there
being who's going to be confident and hopefully change people's lives. So that's
and can dress with that badass hat.
okay. Shout out to Little Havana.
There you
in
go.
Miami.
Shameless plug. You owe her
Christina.
money now.
No, Christina, she came and spoke at I just had an event called Confidence in Charity. We were on the Owl podcast, Amanda Moore and I, a couple weeks ago, September 20th. It was amazing. And we had all these females who came and spoke and told their story. And it was all about connection. So,
All right. Well, let's kick things off. Naz, why don't you introduce yourself again and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Hi, everyone. I'm Naz again. And my mission, or the mission of my firm, which is Elux Management, is to help people buy back the most invaluable thing, which is their time, so they can focus on their mission or what's important in their life. So my firm is a life and business consulting firm. Oh, you can't hear me? Hello? Hello?
You got to get closer to the mic.
Okay.
You're alive, guys. Come on.
I'm basically like a professional problem solver, and I help businesses. Like, I see the gaps in their business and their lives, and I fill it with like gold, with efficient processes. I streamline the processes, and I outsource all my services to people who provide excellence in all areas of their life.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that, ladies.
so who do you mainly like to connect with?
So my main
help.
clients are entrepreneurs who are opening multiple different businesses. I work well with startup companies, tech companies. I mainly focus on like healthcare. I did a beauty industry. I've also done a wealth management firm. So yeah, that's kind of
That's awesome.
nice.
Well, all different facets and
Yeah.
industries, which is very lovely. It's nice to be a jack of all and be in every single different field. Startups are ubiquitous. We are in a world where there are hundreds and thousands of startups. Let me introduce myself to the world. My name is Manav Kohli. I run Noble, which is a brand for basically men. It's a lifestyle. And in that, I also provide my own brand of cabinetry. That being said, I provide solutions for developers in multi units and high end residence, luxury remodels, if you will. So, yeah, I'm on a mission to build really nice things, empower people as we go, and just, overall be a good human being, right? That's all about spreading the positivity. So we'll take it back to you ladies because it's all about the ladies now. What motivates you guys every day to
So
continue?
regarding your brand, you have a brand.
I do.
Okay, where's the website that we can go?
Well, the website right now is being worked on because I
Okay.
actually have to redevelop it. There's certain things that my marketers are working on, which will allow me to track my metrics a little better and recreate the aesthetics of it. I wasn't really happy, so I'm going to rebrand it. It's going to be noble.com, Nobul, just like noble, but no bullshit either.
I like that.
Cool.
Who are you utilizing to help rebranding?
Jonathan Palmer, ladies and gentlemen, shameless plug right here. Jonathan Palmer is one of the best marketers in the game right now. He kills it in LinkedIn. He kills it with branding. And with my help, with his help of his friend Ishan Wadera, we will be going to be doing a lot of media heavy focused content. We will be providing you some of the in-depth details of what goes on behind the scenes and what the final product looks like, right? So we're making people's dreams come true. Where are the memories made in a home, right? Usually on the kitchen island. You're making some of your biggest decisions there. You're deciding where the kids are going to go for college. You're going to look at your kid's first report card when they come home. I don't know if they still mail them out, guys. I know some of us don't have kids here, but
I'm not at that stage yet.
yeah. So I
she's a
think it's
little
all
baby.
digital. I used to fabricate mine, because I used to get check minus. I believe she said that her kid is 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. Yep.
2.5. But yeah, no, that's that. The heart of the home is the kitchen. That's where all the memories are made. That's where all the most important things and decisions, like I said, I keep emphasizing that decisions are made. You sit around your kitchen island, You talk to your husband late at night. You talk to your kids. Your kids being a badass, you're probably giving them a lecture at the kitchen island. You're probably having your first fight at the kitchen island. You're probably meal prepping at the kitchen island. So think about how many memories are made and embedded in that one countertop and all the memories that that wood holds. It tells a story, right? It tells a story about your family. It tells a story about your life, right? So I'm not going to make this about me. We do have wonderful ladies here, and I do want to hear everything about them. I got a beautiful lady with a green dress on, and I got a lady with a badass hat on with beautiful eyes.
Oh, thank you.
So that being said,
So-
let's take it off.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just want to say, yeah, absolutely. Like when you are around your table at night, there's nights where I like am burning the midnight oil, 5 a.m. working because that's the only time I get to myself sometimes.
You hang out on the kitchen island, though.
Yeah, exactly. The kitchen island, the kitchen table, the couch, you know. But so I'm Jenna Quinter, and I'm the founder of Self-Made Babes. It's a community for self-made entrepreneur women and women with side hustles. It's a community of 300 people that you can join right now at selfmadebabes.com for free. You can promote your business and connect with other ladies. I also created Pocket Boss Agency. That's POKITBOSS.
Ooh, tell me about that.
So
What
I
is
won.
Pocket Boss.
I won Startup Weekend with an app idea that I originally created to help. It was a C-suite to help manage CEOs' lives. I pitched. My goal was not to win a pitch or the Startup Weekend. It was legit just to get better at public speaking because I was so nervous.
You seem fine now. Look at you. You're
You're
freaking killing it on this.
Well, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I pulled up ChatGPT and had it write a 60-second pitch for myself.
I had one up.
So-
Absolutely not. It's all about the authenticity at the Owwll app. We speak from our heart. I'm looking at no damn screen. I'm here for you people.
But
Go ahead.
I mean, to be honest, though, the Pocket Boss, yeah, I was an assistant to a CEO at the time, and I just needed the tools, and I didn't have the tools, so that's why I had created the app. But then, obviously, I pivoted and changed that into a marketing service where I help businesses, especially roofing contractors, med spas, and I even provide. I do Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and I help you get leads, and I give you your money back if I don't get results. But
So
yeah.
Pocket Babes is Pocket what?
So Self-Made Babes is
Self-Made
my
Babes.
passion project
Yes.
because I love empowering women and hearing people's stories. And then Pocket Boss is my money
Pocket
maker.
Boss. Yes. I have a question about Pocket Boss. Now you touched upon something that's near and dear to my heart. Lead gen. So how do you generate your leads? Are you getting them all online, or is it because obviously you're providing a service, right? And in some of these things, I believe word of mouth goes a long way, especially in the kitchen business or in remodeling industry. In construction, word of mouth, you're letting someone in their house, you're literally letting them, be in your personal space, right? So where I'm going with this is I wanted to ask you, lead gen, are you getting a lot of referrals because of the good job you're doing?
So you can get referrals, but I create ads online. And so technically I don't need to get any word of mouth because it's all about the offer and how can you help somebody and the value that you provide. And when you run that as an ad and you know how to run ads and you hire somebody that knows how to run ads, then you will get a name, a phone number, and an email of somebody that wants to raise their hand and do business with you. And they already know, like, and trust you because they saw your face online.
And it's your online reputation. So I'm
Yeah.
assuming that they're looking at your LinkedIn page. How is LinkedIn working for you for your business? I'm sure it's definitely a big part of your business, right?
LinkedIn, I used to utilize it a lot more. And to be honest,
Mind you, we're on a LinkedIn
I
stream.
want to learn a little bit more about the LinkedIn game. I used to do the LinkedIn Navigator for the referral sources and connecting, but I've been off in my main platforms that I've been focused on generating leads for or real appointments, custom appointments is Facebook and Instagram. But I want to learn the ad game on LinkedIn. I don't know that game over there. So I want to learn YouTube and LinkedIn. So if anybody is out there, I would love to connect with you.
Well, you have some good news right now. You're on a podcast that's live on LinkedIn, followed by thousands of Owwll users. That being said, I'm sure we're going to find you some traction by all the social
me a
media
call.
analytics.
I'm
Give
on
her a
the app.
call, ladies
on
and
the app.
gentlemen. Give her a damn call. I swear. This girl, confident as hell. I know she'll
Aw,
do a
thank
good.
you.
We offline.
Fake it till you make
We
it,
rubbed
y'all.
offline.
and
We rubbed shoulders and we had an offline conversation. And based on what I've heard, she's the real deal.
So
Now
sweet.
Nas is building her own brand right
Yes.
now. So we're working on that, brand new. She's new to Florida. So we are actually working with her and helping her develop. So we're all just a bunch of creatives just trying to help and foster a community. I would recommend everybody find either a mentor or like-minded individuals where you can network and then thrive off each other. This has been something that this $1 million weekend has been something that I never even thought of being at. Some of these influencers and some of these people, you should just see the energy. So that being said, as two self-starters to my left, I want to ask them, where do you guys? This is going to sound very generic, but where do you guys find your motivation? I mean, obviously, money is a big driver for everybody, right? We got to put a roof over our head, food in our belly, clothes on our back. But at the end of the day, for some people, which are some people are blessed, money isn't really an issue. It's about more of a mission or a calling. What do you guys keep yourself motivated on? Hi.
Hi.
We have a special guest offline, Miss Forbes Riley. Miss Forbes, could
Woo!
you just please come
She's
on in?
amazing.
May I please?
Oh.
Something I was told you should never do. And I'm gonna
It's okay. This is
Right here.
this is
I'm not gonna sit on your lap.
this
I'm
is
fine.
real
That's
time.
fine.
it's okay.
Real-time
Miss
advice.
Forbes Riley is about to give us real time advice. This is the pitch queen. I
Ooh.
swear, I've never been around this type of crazy energy. This lady's changed my life this weekend.
In just a weekend. In just
Oh
a
my
weekend.
goodness.
Just one day. I can't wait till what tomorrow brings.
Wow, I love that.
Forbes.
Actually, we're inside listening and watching your stream.
Oh.
So, guys, if you go wait, she looks really familiar. Yeah, I was in your bedrooms throughout all the 80s and 90s. Some of you weren't born. When were you born?
1992.
Yeah, I'm not interested in talking to you. Well, I'm just kidding, because there was a time when there was television. You guys remember what television was?
Of
Yes, of
course.
Yeah, well, everybody's mom and grandma.
Tales from the Crypt.
Tales of the
Tales
Crypt.
of the
Yes,
Crypt.
welcome.
Murder, She Wrote.
In fact,
Murder.
somebody just said something very funny. They said, I would like to go back when scary television was the Twilight Zone and not the nightly
Oh,
news.
Yes.
So what are we doing here this weekend? What have you guys been talking about?
Basically, I'm learning from you, Miss Forbes. You are literally somebody I really look up to. Probably one of the most powerful women in the game.
Oh, girls, I heard that little slip. No, you
yeah.
know
Women in the game right now. I'm sorry. I want to be
no,
politically
you know what?
correct.
Don't be sorry. I think that's bullshit. I'm not interested in telling you a pronoun, although my pronoun is we. That's what the
Oh,
queen
I
said.
love that.
Yes, we like to. No, you know what? I think we're spending too much time in life apologizing anyway.
Absolutely.
And I love your energy towards women, so I don't take it offensive at all. And
I like to empower people, and honestly, you've empowered so many freaking people in this building today. Honestly, like this is something that like I literally is making my life's mission is empowering other men. That being said,
we just had a blackout.
we had a blackout.
So
But
now it's podcast after dark.
It's
podcast
October-
after dark.
the October.
Forbes is going to tell you some stuff about stuff after hours.
I'm gonna have to
Oh
bring-
yeah, there,
I'm gonna have to bring in my own. Yes.
Anyways,
Some of the things that were sponsored. So what's all right? Actually, I'd love to ask all you guys. I was honored enough to be a guest speaker today. I do
yes.
talk about pitching, communication, amazing amount of confidence that I have somehow concluded from all these years of struggling. Are we really totally in the dark?
Yeah, we are right. No, you're not in the dark though.
Oh, we're not?
You
Okay.
guys can still be seen. Right?
So what I would love to hear from you and let them listen. What was a big takeaway for you? One big aha today for me.
One big aha from Forbes is how she catches you with her pitch. She's always pitching and you don't even realize it. It's so amazing. You can just exude the confidence. Just look at her eyes. You can see the damn confidence in this damn woman. If I could become 10% of what she is, I'd be a billionaire.
And he just got himself a job as my PR rep. Unbelievable
Yes.
how he pitched me.
Love that.
And I'm not kidding. I'm joking about that. But I'm saying here's the thing about pitching, you guys. Stop telling people what you think they need. They don't need new cabinets. They don't need the new noni juice. They don't need your vitamins. Get them to want what you have. And when you do that, they're so anxious to give you a credit card. It's a phenomenal different feeling. Oh, hello. And with that,
And we're back.
idea.
And God said, "Let there be light."
Divine timing.
I know. I
Divine.
love it. Well, and you know what? You are so very kind and very sweet, and I appreciate that. What's a big aha for you today?
The big aha was the moment I realized that I was sitting there and watching everyone speak and saying that that's gonna be me one day.
What do you do now?
So right now I opened up my business, Elux Management, which is but actually let's talk not about what I do at work. Okay, so what I do every day is I spread love.
Ish.
Like
so
that's the simple,
okay. So
yeah.
and I'm gonna nail her for a second on that.
Yeah.
You
Please.
just said what I do is I spread love, so that means you're a hooker. That's my no, no, no,
LinkedIn, guys.
So
LinkedIn.
the reason I said that is because that isn't what
Companion.
you do to my ears. Because I don't know somebody who spreads love literally is a hooker.
Yes.
You do something so
Potentially.
much more. What I want you to think about is when
Yeah.
someone asks you that question, what do you do? Think about it. What could you do for me? I've got a credit card in my pocket. What can you do for me?
I can help you buy back the most invaluable thing, which is your time, by creating efficient processes, seeing the gaps in your life and your business, and creating more efficient processes.
So that's very airy theory.
Yeah.
What do you really do? Are you a productivity expert?
Forbes is drilling right
Efficiency
now.
expert. Okay.
Yeah.
So why don't you say something like, hey, you know what? I'm known as the efficiency gal. Or I'm known as the efficiency expert. I would go, I don't even quite know what that means. And you would say, well, because Forbes, as somebody who, how long have you been doing this?
More than 10 plus years.
As someone who's been doing this for more than 10 years, I've helped how many people?
Over 100.
I've helped over 100 people do what?
Buy back their time by creating more efficient processes for them.
Okay, by creating more efficient process. Forbes, I would love to see your business model, so maybe I can help you as well. Boom, tell me more. See how all those words just led me, the listener.
Guys, this is free game. Free game.
Yeah, and you don't want to say I spread love because that isn't what is going to help me hire you and is going to keep you from your greatness spreading over my business. All right, next up, what do you do?
I love this.
No, Lester, we'll do this, and then I'll ask you big.
Perfect. You put me on the spot earlier.
It's fine. No. We're in the water. We're in the grill right now. We're in Forbes oven.
I'm Jenna Quinter, and first and foremost, I'm a mother who is making, helping my daughter to
We
be
love
able
you,
to
moms.
change lives one day.
Okay, so then I would simply say to that answer, which you think sounds really good, why should I care that you're a mother? And I'm not kidding. You guys waste so much time.
Yeah.
When you're in business,
Get to the
person
point.
Sitting over here doesn't want to know that you're spreading love or that you're a mom. They want to know, how can they interact with you? What do you bring to the table? How can we have a relationship?
Right.
And I want you to be thinking when you're talking right now, when you're talking to them, is there an audience out there?
There's definitely
We're live right now. We're live right now, Forbes.
3 people.
Forbes, we're live.
Well, there's one person with one set of ears.
Okay.
Talk to them. So when I say, what do you do? They're going, yeah, what do you do? How can you help me do something? What do you do?
I'm Jenna Quinter, and I help you show up online through Facebook ads and Instagram ads. And I also give you a platform to promote your business, and it's a community.
Okay, can we reword that?
Absolutely. Yes, I need all the help I can get
Well,
with
because I
AI
still-
bots and marketing and lead
Okay,
gen.
so let's get real for a second. I own a company. We all own companies, right?
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're all on social media to some degree. You can help us do what on social media?
Optimize it.
I help you get people to raise their hands to say, I want to do business with you and know I can trust you
Okay, how do you do that?
by running Facebook ads and Instagram ads.
Okay, so you're an ad expert.
Yes.
See, that's why did I have to dig that hard?
An AI
Just break it down. Honestly, when you're pitching yourself, guys, just 30 seconds.
I
Remember,
guess the
people
word
only give you 30 seconds at a time.
You don't want to.
There's no such thing about humble.
Yeah.
Being accurate. And I wouldn't
Don't
say
interrupt.
AI because AI I can do it on my own. I'm not going to hire. I'm an automated ad expert. I can literally turn your machine on, make you money while you're sleeping. Is that interesting?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, again, I would ask
like
her.
efficiency
See, we all
expert.
say things, but we don't have qualifications. How long have you been doing it?
For more than 10 years.
See, that's a big thing that you guys left out. So, as the automated ad expert, Forbes, for more than 10 years, I've been taking businesses. Do you see the difference between that and I help people?
Absolutely.
And everybody says I help people.
Credibility, people.
Thank you. It's like literally lace in an ounce of credibility. So, because right now you look very blonde and beautiful, and like, Mom, I want to be friends with you, but I don't know how good in business you are.
Taking a company from 400,000 to 10 million, a roofing company.
So we got some metrics right now.
Yeah.
Right, but you left that out. Hey, Forbes, you know what? As the automated ad specialist, I take companies, for example, one I just took from 400,000 to 4 million. You know what I can do for you?
10 million.
10 million.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
500,000.
They just bought a Lamborghini brand new home.
Oh my God, 10x, 10x, guys, 10x.
Stop playing small. Okay. It's not bragging. It's true. Guys, I gross $2.5 billion. I'm not bragging. That's a fact.
Humble brag.
Well, no, but it's about letting my audience know that I'm good at what I do.
We know what you're good at.
No, I know. But what's a credibility of yours when you meet somebody? You talk about having great cabinets. How do I know?
Well, I've been in the kitchen and bath industry for 10 years, so I can tell you in and out what your deficiencies of your kitchen are right away. I can help you out. I can make your space more efficient, and I can give you a really, really nice design and a humble abode, right? At the end of the day, Forbes, I've been doing this for a while. Everyone has their own expertise, and I know what mine is, and I can promise you a good product and deliver.
But see, when I met you, I had a different impression of that. I have a feeling you're more high end than that, aren't you?
Absolutely. I do luxury, but I want to help out the common man as well, right? There is no.
So what if you said, as someone who's specialized in the highest end cabinetry, I'm now open to help everyone at every level?
Absolutely. I want to have everybody have a good kitchen. Like I said, what I mentioned about the kitchen island, and again, this is just being human, right, guys? At the end of the day, we're all selling something. You want something that resonates with people. For me, what resonates with people is a kitchen island. Kitchen island, like I said, and I can tell the story again and again and again. It's not even a story at this point. This is where all the most important decisions are made. You're sitting with your family. Sometimes it's you're not even using the formal dining room because that's when guests come over. And you break out the fine china, Forbes. But usually you're having dinner there. You're usually doing a meal prep there. And you're basically making some of your most precious, again, unforgettable memories. And remember, that stone is going to hear, that wood is going to breathe every secret you told it. Right?
I love that. Can I layer in one more thing?
Please, I would love your expertise.
Because when pitching, it's also about why you do what you do. So I got that you love the kitchen.
Absolutely.
You love what you do. But now I want to hear one or two sentences of when you were growing up, how important was your kitchen?
As an Indian household, right? We cook a lot. That's where most of the important conversations happen to it for me. I was a bad child growing up, so I'd get yelled at the kitchen table all the time, the island specifically. I was a little badass growing up. But some of my most fondest and worst memories were made at that damn island. And at the end of the day, that's all you have is your memories, right?
One step deeper. This is how we craft pitches, and I would give us one story of your mom or dad that would make us go, oh.
Oh boy. So I did make the honor roll a couple of times. I was a horrible homework doer, but the guy who just showed up and just did every test. Some people are just blessed like that. Thank you, Mom. Sorry, Mom. But I got my first honor roll letter from the principal signed, and it was probably one of the best feelings and the most satisfaction I've ever had, because I've always had.
About you, I would then say, I remember when I showed my mom.
I remember I showed
this Indian woman,
yeah,
who wanted the best for her son, who didn't think
Tiger Mom.
Yeah.
Tiger. Oh, to all my Tiger moms out there, you know what I'm talking about.
And give us a sense of being in the kitchen with her.
Intimidating, but loving at the same time, because I'm the firstborn. Everybody's favorite is the firstborn. I'm not gonna lie. You guys can't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself, moms. Ellie, you're the exception because you are a beautiful singer. And you have a voice that's touched by angels. That being said,
she led a meditation.
Come up here and sing with us.
Everybody deserves their empowerment. Remember that. And to take it back to what Forbes was saying, I don't like to digress and I don't like to get off track, but I'm very good at that. So going back to the pitch, Tiger Mom gave her my honor roll, first time ever, and it reminded me because that it was over that kitchen island, right? That island held that memory. That wood, remember, wood breathes,
So now,
guys.
wait, so
Wood
now,
breathes.
so now my goal. So I had this wonderful moment with my mom over the kitchen counter.
My goal is to recreate it for everybody else.
So
Everybody else. I want everybody to have the most important memories around their kitchen, right?
that gets an applause, and that is a perfect pitch. Yes.
It's not about that. I everyone wants admiration. Everybody wants to be heard.
Take the compliment. She's excited about.
I appreciate it, Ellie.
But you know what she's excited about? And I just want to break it down for you guys. So now it's not selling a beautiful kitchen cabinet or a great island because it's great. It took it back to you as a person. We all have moms, good, bad, or indifferent. We're all sitting like Ellie just said. We're like, oh, I like him now. And people buy from what? People they know, like, and trust.
I hope you guys can trust me. I won't do you guys wrong. It's a reputation thing at this point, right? You're online now. A lot of these guys can come and go. These guys that you find remodelers left and right. But remember, when it's a story, it's someone's brand. You're buying them. You're not buying the product itself. You're buying me. You're buying my service. You're buying my tender love and care and my affection, right?
And now we're
Towards
making
your
love on the
business.
kitchen counter. It got very weird in this room.
All right,
Listen, let's change the subject.
Listen. If you guys want to get freaky, we have some Happy Loop here. That's our
Thank you.
sponsor.
You Indian Diddy.
I'm gonna see myself out and let these powerful women take over.
You have a whole
so
ad.
sweet.
They
Thank you
love
for
you.
that tidbit about that was very helpful.
You
all
are
of
pretty
it.
extraordinary.
You're
Oh my God.
amazing.
I'm made for this.
You are. You absolutely are. You're much
Put me
more.
on camera. Put me on
Oh,
camera. I'll be your hype man.
Are we still on?
I think we still are.
So
Okay,
that was really
so-
helpful what you said about your expertise because, like, for example, how much you put in. Like, I helped the wealth management firm go from 500,000 to 115 million when I left. So I definitely should have.
As soon as you throw in that, and it's
Yeah.
literally 8 words.
Yeah.
So I don't, because I'm looking at both of you as
Yeah.
beautiful young women, and I don't mean to put that down, but that's how everybody's
Yeah.
looking at you.
Oh, you're
And the prettier
you're
you are,
beautiful.
the less they think you know. Okay? You need to
Absolutely.
understand that.
Yeah.
So we go, oh wow, she's pretty and blonde, but you did what to how many million? And so to let them see your intelligence can only come out through your words.
sure.
And the more intentional you are with, I want that person to understand what I do because I can help them, then they'll take an action. Come on in here.
I want to get a critique.
Come over
I
here.
know.
Yes.
Here, come sit over here.
Come sit over here. We're just,
So she did a meditation. Amanda Moore and I had a confidence and charity event September 20th, and it was amazing because Ellie gave an amazing meditation, singing meditation on top of that, and
Really?
she's very talented. Yeah.
so nice to
I'm
meet
not
you.
marketing that, but it's okay. Thank you.
So
I appreciate
tell us who you are.
So I'm Ellie Santra, and I am a singer-songwriter, and I make personalized jingles to help elevate your brand. I also perform at different events, private parties, special occasions. I actually just did a birthday party where I can also make personalized songs for your special occasion that you'll have forever.
I love that.
So that's the one side. And then I actually have a new passion, which I was so not a tech person. Never in my life did I think I'd be part owner of an app. But I'll tell you guys, so Owwll, if you don't know, is the first ever app that is basically it's the first app that is a lead generator, which is 24/7 on-demand networking, one-on-one direct audio calls. So I'll just tell you why I work at Owwll because so I got on the app as a musician and I basically was seeing who was live on the app. Saw a guy named Ron. We're actually in his home tonight, by the way. Saw a guy named Ron, so it's kind of full circle. Saw a guy named Ron on the app, and he was in the heating and cooling industry. And I thought, okay, what the hell does that have to do with me? But I'm gonna give him a call because why not? So I called him up on the phone, and he said, we were talking a little bit and I told him I was a singer songwriter. He said, oh my gosh. So it's funny because I actually have a charity that I work with and we are putting on a songwriters event in my mansion in Jupiter with top Nashville songwriters who have written for Kelly Clarkson, you name it. And we have one spot left for a performer. Would you like to perform? I said, hell yeah, I would like to perform.
What did you perform that?
And a couple of my original songs, because I do that too. Not like,
So I
that's
think we need to hear. I need to hear something.
Yes.
all right.
Yeah, we do.
Like an original, or do you guys want to have a song request? What do you think?
I don't know what kind of songs you like doing.
Original.
Okay, an original. Okay, I'm gonna do. Well, meditation is also one of the things I do, but I don't advertise it as much. But it's just something that's helped me in my personal journey of life, and I think we should all do it. So this is actually a song I wrote about it, and it's called "Free," and it's about basically how you can free your mind all from your internal self. So here we go. Let's see. Just got on the spot here. Okay. Looking for strength, but I'm so low. Not being too loud. Trying to lead with my eyes closed. Stumbling around, caught it. I don't want to. Okay, wait, say. Okay, sorry. Stumbling around, caught in circles. Stuck chasing time, don't know where to go. Free. Every in, every out, pauses in between. Free. Take a moment for the wisdom that you haven't seen. Been searching outside, only to find that free. It's been here all along and it lives inside of me. Anyway, that's a sample.
So I have a song that I want written. I recently went through a car accident. I don't think you were here when I spoke.
No.
And because of that, I was in a van, crashed on my side of the van.
Oh my God,
Right
that's
after that,
scary.
I was inspired by my husband, who's a 7-time world champion bodybuilder,
Oh, wow.
to enter a bikini fitness body
Oh, I did see
competition.
that.
Yes.
And I met him, by the way, and I go, damn.
I know, right?
go, Woo,
So
good
the
for you.
song is called "The Wait Is Over." WEIGHT.
Ooh.
I know. I created some lyrics about stuffing down emotions. It's a really beautiful song for anyone who's ever struggled with their weight. But I don't write music. I have no idea what to do with the lyrics. And so maybe you just I know, right?
Maybe we were meant to.
I just listen to the timbre of your voice. It's wonderful, and I would love to be able to have men and women who have struggled with their body, their image, realizing that they can get past the trauma. So you and I have to talk. And by the way, that's the ultimate pitch. Her singing and being that good is your pitch.
Thank you. Yeah, because it's hard. I have worked on my pitch with Jonathan Palmer. Shout out, he's a good friend of mine. And my pitch was a lot worse before. So, but that's a great point. Just do it. Like I don't. It's not.
Here's the thing: there is no such thing as a pitch. I wake up and I pitch. I mean, will you rub my neck? If he says yes, I win.
Yeah.
The pitch is just getting a yes, and I don't know why people decide to all of a sudden go, "Hey, Forbes, can I hear your pitch? Let me tell you my pitch. Hi, my name is so and so." And it's like, where are you going with your? Why are you pitching me?
Yeah.
Just tell me what you're up to in a creative, organic way. Be really honest and thoughtful. That I want to make a decision.
Yeah.
I want to know more, or that's good.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I feel like it's true when you say pitch, people get all nervous, like flustered. They memorize this 30-second speech that they've made at their elevator pitch. And then it's like, okay, we just have a real organic conversation? And then most of the time when you're in that conversation, you'll think of something vulnerable or you'll connect with someone on a real level. To bring it back to Owwll, everyone, that's literally what the Owwll app is about, is rather than LinkedIn where you're getting sales pitches 24 hours a day, you go on Owwll.
When somebody meets you for the first, they don't even know you.
Yeah.
On LinkedIn, hi, let me sell you.
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
What happened to being human?
And literally, that's why I love Owwll. I'm born in the 90s. Like I'm old school. Like I like to just like be on the phone. Like I'm a phone person. And so, oh my gosh, well, that's a good time. Hearing someone's tone of voice like changes everything. And just having that connection.
Now that we've determined how old I am. Hey, you guys, I would love to wait. We got a LinkedIn expert coming over here, Jonathan, who's going to tell you.
JP.
Yes,
You didn't hear anything in there, did you?
All right, so you guys, here's the deal. If you would like,
No, it's okay. But I'm so grateful for the vulnerability and your feedback and helping me get to the core of
JP.
what I
well,
do.
I will tell you. Here's the thing, guys. When you guys can play musical chairs. When you, all I know is I have whatever they're now labeling about ADHD or I'm introverted, whatever that is. I just don't like bullshit conversations.
Or
I
labels.
like conversations that matter. I like things that I want to know really what you do. I don't want to airy fairy go, well, I help people live their
I'm
dreams.
always like, I don't
Yeah.
know what the hell does that mean. So this is gonna
I'm try-
target some people, but I can't tell you how many times at this event, and I go to a lot of these events with Owwll. And again, I feel out of place because I'm an artist, and I'm like, can we just be real and like
Yeah.
fucking like talk to each other like human beings? But the pitch I've heard over and over again, I can't tell you is, hi, I help high level entrepreneurs
God.
tell with their brand through social media marketing, tell their story and make millions. And I'm like, how? Like, doesn't everyone and their mother do that now? Like, what is that? What are you actually doing? I want results, like you were saying about results, and like show me that you went from made $1 million or whatever. Like, I want to know, like, oh, okay, well, what does that mean for my business? Like, can you guarantee me money? What does it mean you're going to build my brand? That doesn't mean shit to me unless there's actual like results, you know?
Right.
And so for me, when it comes to Facebook ads, I mean, we just started ads. We did so well. We went from, let's say, 0 to 2,000 leads a week. After 5 weeks, we just got shut down. My entire account got shut down. 2 of them.
Okay.
And it's like, all right, this is not good. So I'm looking for an expert to help me figure out what happened.
Why? Yeah.
Well, 2 things happened, which I thought was very frustrating. One, it was not on my account because I didn't want to lose my account. I've lost it before. And so I think the algorithm or the whatever watching bot thought that this account was impersonating a celebrity. That's the first thing. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not. The second one was I've made a lot of money doing things. And I'm sure I've talked about that inside of the ad, never promising what you're going to make. Any thoughts on getting your ads completely shut down?
I've definitely had that happen to me, and it's
Me
also
too.
happened to
Very frustrating.
my
Yeah.
clients, my husband's clients, and sometimes it is the wording. Sometimes people simply are just rude and report your content simply because they don't like it. That also hits. It's the wording. So yeah, it could be the promises of.
And so what do you do about that? Do you
Commentaries
then
of-
just go open another account? Or
Yeah, you can open another account.
but you get to a certain level and I mean,
Or
again,
find someone that works at Facebook.
Yeah,
and
I
try-
had to like shake the phone multiple times to report like, hey, I need to get my account back, and then you have to send your driver's license in, and then eventually they will unlock access. But sometimes
I had to
it takes-
find someone
have to
that
find
worked at
somebody in
Facebook.
there.
really
through-
found somebody?
I found like my friend used to work at LinkedIn, and then I was like, oh, she had a
It took
friend
me
in the
6 months
Silicon
to
Valley that
unlock
worked
my
at Facebook.
husband's.
And because my name on my artist page, I was trying to change it because I had changed my name, and like I was like, this is so horrible. And it was this person was I had submitted multiple tickets, no one got back to me. Found the person who worked there, but that's hard. I mean, unless you
Yeah.
know. a
Oh, I've been
connection.
hacked out several times of Instagram and Facebook, and it just gets so. Then there's no one to talk to.
That's why the email list, everyone always says, is so key.
Yeah,
like
the
if you
money's
don't
in the
have
email.
direct access, because I'm like, Instagram could shut down tomorrow. Like
Remember
with-
the day that it did, and
yeah,
everybody went
with the
wacko?
shit that's like happening in our world right now, like I don't want anyone to have control over my people or like I want to be in control of all of that, you know.
I agree.
So
And that's why you should be having some type of lead magnet or some type of free ebook or an offer that allows people to give you their name, phone
Their
number, and email,
information.
and that way you have your email list, and that the money is in your list, because then you can contact them and generate more income.
How did
for
you get
yourself
good at what you do?
by failing a lot and just first starting offering Facebook setups for like $300, and then
I'm going to answer for you. Not that I've known you that long, but like we connected. I feel like you also are good at finding good mentors, and like you've done like a lot of programs and a lot of courses. Like you mentioned that before, and
yes,
you've
always
educated
learning.
yourself. You're a self-educator.
I
and
learned
you-
how to build
you
AI
say
bots
yes to
myself.
things.
I'm always trying to.
You're not
continue to
afraid. Like
learn.
I feel like you just jump into
Thank
things,
you.
and yeah.
The thing that I'll be honest though, right now what I'm struggling with is since I became a mom of the 2.5-year-old, and I originally grew up on a farm in East Texas. I used to sell peaches on the side of the road. I want to share I want to be authentic again, and I feel like I lost that little Texas girl. Even I got rid of the accent, and when I moved to Florida, it's all about the glitz and glams, the houses, the cars, and it's like, gosh, sometimes I just want to be in nature again. And so I'm trying to figure out who my authentic self is again, because I know who I am, and I feel that my true friends know how I show up and I'm real. But like my page is so like branded and on point
but I feel that it doesn't represent how genuine I am. And so I want to learn how to come across as more genuine and authentic.
Give the baby to
Online.
your parents and go take a week. for you.
Okay.
No, but it literally honestly,
I've never had a night away from
that's
my
what I
daughter.
just did. I just felt
Yeah.
that you got to give the baby away to somebody that you love. Could be your partner, could be a family member, and you need a week of self-development, of quiet, of whatever it is. Go into nature, go back to tech, go back somewhere, because you will lose yourself over periods of time. And the fact that you've not been apart how old is
She's 2.5.
And it's a she.
Mhm.
Love her and leave her a little bit.
Okay. I did that a little bit today. And then also trying to, whenever talking about myself, vulnerability hangover. Like when is too much where it doesn't hurt your loved ones if you share your past or your and it's like you don't want to live. You don't want to live in the present. I mean, you don't want to live in the past. You want to live in the present.
That was an interesting Freudian slip. I don't want to live in the present. I'll just take that.
I didn't
for what
mean
it
to
was
say
worth.
that.
No, yes, you did. That's the funny thing about life. But you did. So listen to it and go, what does that mean for you?
Right.
Welcome. There's a gentleman here
Yes.
with muscles and a beard and lots of hair. Where did you come from?
Forbes,
Yes.
do you want to know the very first time I saw you?
Sure.
I think I must have been, I don't know, 7 years old.
That's my favorite thing to hear.
You
I
were.
grew up with you.
No. Not only are you gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my! Like in
So
person,
gorgeous.
more gorgeous.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I
Oh, yeah.
cannot believe
Oh,
it.
go.
In the
Oh,
world of
loving it.
filters, in a world of filters, Forbes is real. Holy shit! There is no filter here, guys. She is legit. The first time I saw you, is this true? I feel like I saw you on a TV show.
You saw me on lots of television.
You were on a lot of TV.
I was on Boy Meets World. I was on 24.
Power Rangers.
Wait.
Power Rangers. Yes, Beetle Boy.
Boy Meets World.
Yes, Sweet Valley High.
Sweet Valley High.
I legitimately saw you. But it's like, so what I think is cool, and the question that I want to ask Forbes Riley that I've been dying to ask is, holy shit, how do you reinvent yourself decade after decade? Not that many decades, but how have you reinvented yourself time and time again? You find different, maybe I'll be an actress, maybe I'll be a TV host, maybe I'll be a social media influencer.
First of all, there was no maybe. Okay, that's the start.
Mm.
All I wanted to be was an actress. I would have been very happy being Julie Roberts or Sandra Bullock. And along the way, I went into an audition. I went into one meeting. And I often think about Leo DiCaprio. Leonardo was a sitcom actor on Family Ties. Okay, let's get real.
Yes.
Then he did one movie, Gilbert Grape. He was cool in that. And they had an audition for a small little movie that no one thought was going anywhere called Titanic. And I got to tell you, when you're auditioning for a movie, think about this. A story that's already been told and the ending is bad and you know it's going to happen. That movie's not going anywhere. Walked in and got that. Wow.
Yes, let there be life.
You.
And so as an actor, you never know. It's the only occupation I could imagine where you have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. You can get that life-changing. I got a Super Bowl commercial. It was like, oh my God, all of a sudden I had lots of money in the bank. I got a sitcom. I got all kinds of things, right? So I walked into an audition and it was literally a pen on the desk. You weren't here when I did this, were you? How would you pitch a pen to the audience? If I gave you this pen and so you've got 20 seconds, pitch it, go.
Right. Can you write my number
I know
down?
the answer. I know the answer.
Very sweet. That's a different
You need a
kind of
pen. You need a pen.
No,
you put me on the spot, though.
No, but
You
this
don't
is
show the
no, hang on a
product.
second. Two things. One, you're never on the spot and you're always on the spot. So that's just,
Yes.
I just wanted, literally the audition said, sell me that pen. Go, 20 seconds. Just do it.
Well, I mean, let's see. Do you have a pen right now? Do you have a favorite pen?
See, you're talking to a camera. I didn't have an opportunity to talk to a person.
Oh, do you have a favorite pen? Oh, turns out you don't have a favorite pen. Well, let me tell you about this pen. I hate when pens run out of ink. And I have found that this pen, the ink is exceptional.
So this is how my entire career started. With what I did with this and the fact that Body by Jake was starting a new network and he saw something in me that I had no desire to pitch. I don't want to sell. I'm in my early 30s.
He saw something in you.
Well, here's what happened. I had a vision. There were a whole bunch of actresses pitching the pen. I listened to your pitch. Nothing personal. It sucked.
Yes, so thank you. It's
Well,
okay.
no, and it was what I mean by that is the person behind the camera does not want this pen based on that.
Right.
So I looked at this and thought, okay, you're going to talk about that. It's black. It's got ink. It's got whatever. Here's what I did. I said, it's a very funny thing about pens. See, I was 15 and a half when I went to college. I was so young and so nervous. My mom, when I got to college, would write me longhand notes every day. And I realized a pen like this can reach out and touch somebody's heart. Jake, I had no idea what I was doing. Jake walked around from the camera, put his hand on my face. You're going to make me a lot of money. And his whole principle of this television show was 24 hours, was selling fitness, health, and wellness products. He needed somebody to pitch them.
24 hours.
So I know it is 24 hours a day.
24-hour podcast over here.
And I will tell you, it completely for 5 years. You would come to me with this product and go, well, Forbes, I've got this water bottle.
And this is before Chat GPT, by the way. So she actually had to use her brain to think of these ideas.
Before QVC, before HSN, and before infomercials. I was born in the 60s. And I would look at the product. And you know what's really interesting about that, too? There'd be a lot of cute girls because I didn't have the best body back then. And I would look at these annoyingly cute girls. And luckily, they couldn't pitch to save their lives. They're like, okay, so it's like a water bottle. I'm like, what does it do? I'm like, oh, okay. And I just delivered pitches. 5 years later of doing that while pursuing my acting career, it was my day job. Jake sold that network to Fox for $500 million.
Woo!
At that same, now this is about being in the right place at the right time. Very odd skill. I was the only one doing it. Then infomercials came out, and there were no women who pitched because pitching was like a guy thing. You go to a convention, hey, watch this little knife. It cuts through a tomato out of tin can. Girls didn't do that. Yeah. So they hired me. I was literally printing money. I was the only girl around who would, if this was your product, oh, wow, look, it tastes so great. You want to buy Jonathan's water. And I was really good at that. Oh, it was a total glass ceiling. All the crazy things, I didn't realize it. And it turned into not only a career, but $2.5 billion in sales. I was there when QVC and HSN started. And now here's the thing about pitching.
Pioneer.
QVC and HSN, I don't know if you realize this, you have to sell between $2,000 and $5,000 a minute, every minute you're on, or you're out the door. Those numbers that you see, it's not a joke. What happens is you're busy selling this product. You hear in your ear, oh, we sold out of that. Forbes, here's the next new product. You don't get to go, I'm on the spot. You get to go, hey, guess what? BioHard. If you're soft, you want to get hard. Once in a while, I would do that. No, what I meant hard in terms of energy.
You're one of the sponsors, by the way, y'all.
Oh, yeah, really.
So what were you,
I'm
were you drinking caffeine? Was this all just adrenaline? Like, how did you keep up this energy?
How did you learn this?
I didn't, you know what?
It sounds like it was just channeled and it was just.
I absolutely freaking channeled the concept of pitch that I now break down and teach. And if you come and train with me, and by the way, go to free gift from Forbes. It's the first part of my formula. But here's what happened. I believe that I was the only one who could do this. Talk about crazy. And for 20 or 30 years, I was convinced I was the only one. Well, get this. I used to get paid $100,000 to show up for a day plus a back-end commission. One day I'm in my early 40s in Hollywood. If you're 40s, you're already too old. Thank you, Hollywood. And I had two new babies. They were twins. And I gave my agent a contract. I'd gotten a $100,000 contract. I said, please negotiate this. I'm 42. He comes back to me 2 days later and says, I've got good news and bad news. I'm like, okay. The good news is they love you. I'm like, of course, it's my contract. He said, but the bad news is they want somebody younger and less expensive.
Yeah.
And the good news is I found her for them, but they want you to teach her how to pitch. And I said, wait, hold on a second. Are pigs flying? Hell hasn't. And I literally said to the universe, I am never, ever, ever teaching. I printed so much money. I could buy anything I wanted in cash. I had a mansion. I had car. I'm not teaching this. And so for 20 years, I just did my thing. I left Hollywood because it literally got old. I didn't need to be told at 40 to make. I was told so many times, you're overweight, you're too thin, you're too fat, you're too ugly. It's like, you know what? The level of rejection that an actress and artist endures will eat away at your soul. So get this. Best that happened to me was COVID. So I was very fine. I mean, I would travel around the world pitching on QVC, on HSN. I created my own fitness product. I had a very nice little life. I raised my two babies, which was really, really important to me. And then my baby becomes 17. COVID hit. She's upstairs. She comes downstairs and said, Mom, you should teach pitching. Are we good?
It's fine.
Are we still recording?
Yeah.
You should teach pitching, Ma.
Well, yeah. So she says you should teach pitching. And I said to my beautiful daughter, there's no way in hell I'm ever teaching anybody this. And she said, Mom, let me share something with you. She's 17. She's already a digital marketer. She's already making money. She says to me, you've given us a great life. You did what you set out to do. But if you don't teach other people, you have no legacy. I'm like, and then I said,
pretty wise for a 17-year-old.
I know. But then I said, McKenna, I'm the only one who can do this. I'm just so good at it. And she said, that's not true. She said, I am a systems girl. I make systems for people. That's what I love doing. You're a visionary, you're creative, but I've got I do coding. I see things this way. I think if you watch enough of your infomercials, you do exactly the same thing every time, different product. And for a week, we sat down and we watched it. I thought, oh my God, you know what I do? I make an assumption about my audience. I do this thing about FEBIT, features and benefits, 2 + 2 = 4. I do a relatability factor. You knew when I pitched a product, you knew that I came from no money. You knew, in fact, if it's a skincare product, right? At a certain age, I'm like, hey, you know what, guys? I've got this brand new skincare product. I'm 64 years old, but you know what? First of all, I feel 22, and he just told me I look 42. This product will erase wrinkles. You got to seriously, without this, they were really deep. What am I doing? I'm selling using my relatability factor, which you didn't do with the pen. It didn't relate to you. And so, and then I lace in another thing I created called the springboard story. How do you make it so personal? You tell a story that no one else can tell. And the audience is like, oh, so when you talk about your mom or your dad or something so personal, that's what I had our friend do when it got to the kitchen. We were selling kitchen cabinets. I said, I don't need to hear that you just sat at the counter. I hear to know that your mom, when you brought home that report card, was so proud of you because you were the bad boy. That everything just changed one day. All of a sudden, the audience is like, oh my God, I love this. All you did was use my technique. And now we put it into courses and trainings and market, and I've got 40,000 students.
So when you talk about these students and like the
You're hired.
marketing, what was the process? I mean, I know your daughter, it sounds like, did a lot of that, but what exactly, you say marketing? Was it Instagram, YouTube short, like,
Oh, well, let me say-
videos? Like what exactly
So
was the
this is,
process?
again, I have a very different technique. So we have to remember it's the middle of COVID. What's also sucky is that my beautiful husband, big bodybuilder, was in a massive motorcycle accident, shattered his foot,
Wow.
and was in a wheelchair for 6 months of COVID. We want to talk about this little cocoon of hell that we
Yeah.
And I had a couple of, I do some live events. I had like 25 leftover students. We couldn't do a live event. So I sat down with my daughter for 3 weeks. We created our product. Do you guys all have products?
Yes.
Okay, that you can sell that are automated at all?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, songs, is that a product?
Well,
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you.
songwriting is a product. You
Yeah.
can create a lead magnet. This is, hey, this is what I do.
Yeah.
You can get a sample, blah, blah, blah. Or there's a whole system to do that. And now with
Okay.
funnels, there's so many ways to
Mhm.
automate your business.
Mhm.
So I had this, I said, let's create a product that's a month with me live. I didn't have anything recorded, do it only on Zoom. I'm going to tell you something else. This was weird where you find mentors. I have a fitness product, right? Corporate, it's March. One of my girls calls it, Forbes, I want to thank you. I've lost 100 pounds. I'm like, wow. She said, yeah. doing
Like,
your
shit,
session.
this works.
It does work. And she said, and I'm speaking about it on Zoom. Well, that was a time when nobody would get on Zoom because they didn't know what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
And she said, I have about 100 people who show up every week. I'm like, oh, that's so good. Good for you. Like, well, she said, yeah, and I charge them $19 a person. I'm like, oh, that's so no money. That's good for you. I'm in a world where we're selling billions and she's doing $19. Like, that's nice. But then I had a moment of clarity. 19 times 100 is $1,900.
Yeah.
She did that 4 times in a row. She made $7,800 in a month that I made nothing.
Mm.
And I thought, McKenna, I'm literally going to sell a webinar for $19. And that's how this whole thing started. I've had 40,000 people pay me $19.
I actually know exactly what you're talking about because they talk about, for musicians, there's a lot of music marketing programs and they talk about the super fans.
Yes.
And they say, rather than trying to be the next Beyonce and reach 1 million people, if you can get 100 people to, 1,000 people to spend $100 every year on you, how much money do you have?
That's 100,000.
100 grand,
Yeah,
right?
but if you get 1,000 people to give you $1,000, that's
Yeah,
a
yeah, well,
million.
that's
no,
different.
no.
But I'm just saying,
No,
like,
but think
it
about that.
changed my mind where I was like, how am I ever going to reach 1 million people? But
You
no, you don't need to. Like, find, and then a lot of those people are like your tribe and they end up becoming your friends because you're attracting people that are like you. And then you have this amazing community. And it's like that, yes, social media freaking sucks, but also you have to think of it in that terms, right? Is like how can it benefit you and how can you create your tribe? Like the algorithm and it never shows you to anyone, but if you can come up with creative ways.
Well, he's going
right?
to talk a little bit about the power of social media. All I know is I had $1,000 product. I had 25
Yeah.
people in the room. The next morning, we did ClickFunnels. I called my daughter and I said, I'm not sure I understand. There's 0 in the account yesterday. Today there's 25K. What does the K stand for?
Yeah.
I said, Mom, you made $25,000 last night.
That's
I'm like,
amazing.
you're kidding me. I
Wow.
did that 4 times in a row. A 17-year-old and a first-time internet marketer at all.
Wow.
And 100 grand in the bank in 4 weeks.
That is crazy.
Boom.
So
Okay.
the question that's been burning inside of me, like as you were telling your story and we kind of like leaned into it more,
Love that.
there's so many women, there's so many individuals, they have a path that they want to go down, but their struggle is somebody hasn't done it yet. Now you were an innovator, like infomercials, like all of the things that you dived into, but you didn't have somebody to lean on
Right.
because nobody had ever done it before.
I've done that.
Where do,
No, I
where
have-
do you
wait,
find?
You want to blow you away? I helped start the X Games. I was
What?
1995 in Providence, Rhode Island. Me and Stuart Scott. Go to YouTube, by the way. Type in my name and watch the 40,000 hours. Stuart Scott and myself. I'm the first host of the X Games. We created that whole genre.
That is
Hello.
insane. So then what gives you the courage to say, this has never been done before? I'm okay with that. I'm going to do it anyways.
You know, I've never said that. Honestly, just it was one foot in front of the other. I mean, I also hosted The Laugh Factory as a stand-up comedy, and I'm not funny at all. I was a host for 3 years. So how do you do that? Oh, I know. Oh, my resume is insane.
You need to look at it. IMDb. Go check it out.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Because I'm
It's
actually
everywhere.
curious,
It's all over the place.
Like I'm someone that actually had a lot of different interests where it's like singing and meditation and Owwll and this, and it's like when you do so many different things, how do you market yourself so that you don't seem like all over the place?
First of all,
right?
who do you think who do you think cares about all the things that you do?
Right.
Nobody cares. So
They want to know like what you can do
you
for
can help them.
That's it.
Right.
So if you're pitching the Owwll app and gigs, you know what
Right.
I'm
I'm not going to tell them I'm a singer. Like
No,
doesn't
it confuses
if
them
it's,
to
yeah,
no
right.
end.
Of course. Yeah.
and you cannot ride two different horses. in two
Right.
different
So
directions.
you're like know your audience, and if you're in one spot, talk about that. If you're at the X Games, talk about the X Games. If
Guys,
you're,
when I do
yeah.
health and fitness, I don't talk about pitching. When I do pitching, I don't talk. I don't talk about health and fitness.
Mhm.
And I do. You know what's really annoying is I confuse people to no end.
Yeah.
I carry my fitness product with me, which
Yeah.
I still love.
And they're like,
I-
wait, I thought you were this. And then,
know.
yeah, I know I get in that habit too. So I'm trying to really just stay focused and niche.
But look at how cool this
Where
is.
did you
look
find
look at
those
really quick.
opportunities to be able to set yourself apart from the acting side, and then the business side, and then obviously being able to mesh them together? Because
Well, you don't
obviously,
mesh 'em. That's what's so interesting.
Yes.
You know, you're going to have a very interesting time. I would like to write a parenting book because I love how I raise my kids. You're going to find a moment where I was at an event. My daughter was 8 years old. She calls me one day, and so we had payphones. All the women are in the back with their kids. And my daughter says, "Mom, do you still love me?" Oh my God. I'm like, oh, wow. And then I thought I could be like every other mom and go, of course, baby, you know what I do? I'll bring you a stuffed animal. And I said, fuck it. I'm not doing that. Excuse me. We're not on. Yeah, I can say what I want. It gets attention. Me and Tony Robbins. I said to my daughter, did the sun come up today? I said, of course it did. I said, just so you know, every morning the sun comes up, I love you. Even if it's raining, the sun's still up, it's light out, I love you. Next morning, hey, McKenna, how you doing? It's like, Mommy, I love you too.
Aw.
Change your paradigm to make it work for you. But I will tell you, at the end of the day, it's very important that the listener understands you. Nobody cares what you have to say or what you do. And when they ask you, what do? They do not care. They want to know what you can do
for them. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? As a singer-songwriter, I write personalized lyrics for business owners like you.
Yeah.
Stop talking. Let them go, well, that's kind of cool. Really? Tell me more.
Mhm.
Because then you're human. It's a conversation. Literally, when you meet somebody, even at this event, hi, what do you do? Like you said, I help entrepreneurs become better, more empowered people. so they
Yeah,
can
yeah,
live a
yeah.
better- What the?
What is
box
that?
did you
Yeah,
read
yeah,
out?
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
What the
It's
And
like-
does it look like
yeah,
I care what
yeah,
you say?
no. Like you're already like thinking about what you're eating later for dinner because you don't understand what that really is.
Jonathan, what do you do?
Like for a living? I had to do it. It was my moment. It was my moment. But the
Need a
reason
show.
why I said that also is because what I was listening to what Ellie said, and I was listening to what she said, and I just want kind of like a little bit of a reframe, because it just my mind started working a little bit, and what I realized is the way that I defined Forbes or the way that I perceived Forbes was completely different than you and completely different from you because I remember him from Power Rangers, right? So it's like I have this deep seated, but the point that I'm trying to make is like when you say I have to be known for this or I am known as that, we are all going to define that person differently, right? So to me, it's like she's from Power Rangers and she's an amazing actress and a host.
Go Power
And to her,
Rangers.
she's does fitness, and to somebody else, she may do something else. But I think that that's the point. We're all going to define them differently. But I think it's just avoiding the labels. At the end of the day, we're all humans. We all go through.
So then, why does branding matter if we're avoiding the labels? Can't you just do you and
So
then
you can be
people can just
remembered?
see what you do?
Wouldn't it be cool if we could?
If we could just be ourselves and
Oh, wait
like,
a
I'm doing
second.
this, and then we didn't have to put these
Well, but
brands together.
Well, here's the thing. You brand because you want to market something. You want to
Yeah.
generate income from it.
Right,
Yes.
right.
yes.
So that particular concept of branding is so we can understand who you are. What do you do?
Mhm.
I'm going to ask you again.
Yes.
What do I meet you and say, hey, what do you do? What do you say?
Okay, so I'll do something similar to what I did on stage, which is essentially, I realized that through my own experience, nope, I'm doing it again.
So here's
doing it again.
So
I
here-
can
I'm
tell
doing
you
it
what-
again. But Ellie knows I'm good.
I know
But
what
when
she
I'm on the
does.
spot,
Can I explain what you do?
Yeah.
On LinkedIn.
wait, before
feel
you
like-
get there, before you even
Okay.
get there,
Yeah.
guys, this is why I have a formula, and I'm going to tell you, shh, children behind the camera,
oh come on.
Mhm. Tell him,
learn
Mama.
to set your boundaries. You get what you tolerate.
Mm.
So one of the things that I recommend, and by the way, go to freegiftfromforbes.com. It literally is a little formula. One of the reasons I have people say I'm known as 1, 2, 3, three things. You know why? Because as soon as you went into that story, I don't know where the story is going to go. Can you just set the stage for me? Hi, I'm known as the digital marketing best friend. I'm known as the queen of pitch. I'm known as a singer-songwriter. I'm known as the-
Forbes, can I be very vulnerable with you? Because Jason knows me. I am so good at this stuff, but sitting next to you, I am completely paralyzed.
No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're not. Yes,
I'm
okay.
fanboying. I'm fanboying. I can't. He knows that that's true. Jason knows it's true. I'm usually on point, but I'm just.
And he's so cute. No, he's copping out of a really interesting.
Maybe.
I'm known as the digital Tarzan.
Oh, well, I'm known as the regular Tarzan.
No, but think about that. That's an interesting thing.
Mm.
And again, I'm sorry, I have no brain space for people who just. I asked somebody what they do. I slay dragons. Well, good for you. What are you on the Game of Thrones? I don't know what you slay dragons. My girl over here is like, I help people find love, so she's a hooker. I don't know what,
I love it.
but that's what it means to me. So if you
Right.
want me to understand what you do, paint the picture for me so I can intelligently connect with you. How weird is it when you say somebody, what do you do? And they're like, oh, I do so many things. I'm like, oh shit, I don't really care that you do so
Oh,
many.
now I have to listen to them go on and on about themselves. for
And why
4
are they
minutes.
doing that? Do they ever look at your eyes and go, you don't seem very interested? You didn't really want to know what I did anyway. And you might want to 3 or 4 prompts from now. Oh, you're interesting. Let's talk about this somewhere else. But if you don't give me a context, just let me understand, what kind of house are we in? Or what kind of car are we driving? Oh, we're in a car. That's good to know. I don't need to know whether you're a Ferrari or a Ford just yet. But oh, we're going to talk about cars now because that's what you do.
Right.
Or you're a CEO of a tech company. That's interesting. Okay, can you help me? Do you do B2C? If not, we're just going to talk about something generic. I'm sorry. I think it comes from maybe having a little bit of ADHD, which I love. I get more done in 1 hour than you've ever done all year.
absolutely. It's a superpower.
No, but I also don't seem to have the patience for bullshit. And it's not that I'm rude. I literally had a woman come up to me and get really upset with me. She's like, God, all you do is ask, what do you do? You're so shallow. And I'm like, she's like, I ask people to tell me their story. I'm like, sweetheart,
It's the
I
same.
meet 200 people in an event. If I asked them all their story, I would have gotten through 3 of them. I don't get to serve people. So I'm not interested in that. I will be interested when we're having lunch for you to tell me your story. Right now, just let me know what pond we're in. And I think that's what people want from you. So you're never being put on the spot. So if I asked you, Jonathan, what do? You know who I am, sort of, or you know the 3 women here and a whole audience. What would you say?
Right. So I think that what you're helping me expose is
No, just
I've
answer
never.
the question.
Yes. So what I would say is I help executives get on camera and become comfortable expressing themselves so that they can generate more organic leads on social media without spending countless hours trying to figure out scripts.
At what moment did you stop listening to him?
Did I start listening?
Did you
to-
stop listening?
She just never even started.
No,
Oh,
you know, I
oh.
gotta tell you, I tuned out. Here's the thing, and I'm going to ask you. You want to play a little game? 99% of the people that you ask that question will start out with the phrase "I help." I didn't ask you.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything you said. I just heard a lot of words, and I'm not in there anywhere. So who are you telling all this to?
Right.
And what reaction did you want from me? Did you want me to go, "Good for you"?
Right.
Give me "I'm known as."
I'm known as.
words, 3 words.
Yes. I'm known as. And then I fill it.
I'm known as the what?
I am known as someone that.
No, as the. Give me 3 words.
I am known
As
as.
the most marketing man in the world.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, all right.
That's what we call him.
The most marketing man in the world?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then, and that's now we're talking about marketing. Because, give me a piece of credibility, because as somebody who,
Because I have helped.
no, as someone
Oh, because
who, as
I'm
someone
someone-
as someone who
who has done what?
has
Become a
generated
LinkedIn
billions of views.
Oh, you got so much.
Wow, you're good. So where can I get this? Wait, where can I work with you? How do I learn about it?
1minutetomillions.com. you
One
guys.
minute
This is not a joke.
millions.com.
I'm going to
We
teach
all
for
need
5
this.
days live.
1 minute to millions. Let's like make a theme song. 1 minute to millions.
Just 60 seconds. I can whatever.
Yes.
We're ready. Let's write it. Let's take jingle time.
So, but watch what just happened to you. It's really extraordinary to see. So I'm known as the what is he known as?
Well, you changed your
wait,
name
I'm
recently.
most
I know him as
marketing
the most
man.
marketing man in the
I'm
world.
known as the
Marketing
most
man.
marketing man in the world because as somebody who's generated over $10 million, give me finish it,
Yeah, $10 million.
and has very disruptive technologies.
Yes, I could do it without.
I would
want it.
love.
Can I do?
Well,
okay.
here's the thing. What can you take a breath for a second? Well, because one of the ways that you get to this sentence is you think about the very end.
Yes.
You want to write a jingle for me.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah.
get me buying Facebook ads, and you want me to what?
Coach you, or you want to? He
What
needs-
what action would you like me as the listener to take from you?
Let me in.
To do what?
Just let me in.
Yeah, really. That's
Sorry.
okay,
to
dude.
the
That
Owwll
just
app.
from the hooker over there just became a whole lot more sexual. Let me in. Sorry, I'm.
I can't control it.
Sorry.
Oh, you better.
I can't.
My husband.
I'm struggling.
No.
Okay,
Okay.
anyways.
You know what you do. Okay.
That's the problem.
No,
It's not a
Well, you know,
problem.
wait. You know what his dream is? I could tell you what his dream
I'm
is.
sure it is, and I want to hear it.
No. His dream is to get paid to speak on stages. He told me that the other day. His dream is to get paid to speak
One
on
day.
stages.
No, but I'm shy.
That's what he wants to do. He wants to be a speaker. Just say what your dream is. Okay, that's your dream.
Well, I'll tell you something even
Yeah.
more interesting. From the
Yeah.
queen of pitch over here, getting paid to speak is nice, but selling from stage is better.
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
Selling from
Yes,
stage.
it is.
I
Yes,
get
it
paid
is.
10, 15, 25,000 to speak from stage, and I cannot sell anything. I go to speak on stage. I spoke at 10x in 30 minutes. I made $250,000.
Oh,
Hello.
see, we're
You
learning.
give me an hour, I can
Level
almost-
up.
yeah, I can make $1 million in an hour, and the event planner has no idea what hit that. As people get.
So if he was someone who was interested in doing that, how does one get started? Where do they
1
start?
minute, a million.
Yeah.
.com.
Oh.
Literally
Right.
starts in a couple, and I'm not kidding. There
Okay.
are
I was on Grant Cardone's stage as well, but it's because I won a caption contest. And then I went on stage, got that 15 seconds, and I blew it. I didn't use it to promote any of my services. I didn't use it to help anybody other than tell a story about how I ran from the top of the stadium to the bottom of the stadium to get on stage. And it was such an epic, like, now I'm like, dang, I wish I had that pitch.
I'm going to tell you, pitch practice makes.
I could have sold something on the stage with that 15 seconds
You
I
know
had.
what Russell Brunson did right
I got some
after me?
followers, but
Russell sold $3.1 million in 90 minutes.
I was
on that same
there.
stage.
10,000 people.
Yep. So for you, if that's really a dream,
It is.
but here's the thing: can you help me right now? You are good on LinkedIn. What do you get paid for? Like, what could I pay you to do?
I would.
Professionally.
I would do it for free. First off.
You heard that right here.
Yes.
No, but seriously, I don't mean it that way. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you get paid to do for people?
Essentially, what I do is I come to them and then I sit down with them. We do a little marketing therapy session and I interview them. I get the content that I want out of them. And then what I do is I cut it up, chop it up into a bunch of pieces, make it really cinematic, and then we post it and get engagement on it.
But it's not just that. He comes up, so he's done this. He comes up with like really creative, interesting videos that aren't just like, hi, I'm me and I sell this. He'll be like, how about you dress up in a flamingo suit and, you know,
get
do
the
this,
attention.
to get
Those 3
attention.
seconds.
Like your videos where you were Mr. Rogers and
hook
you were
'em in.
writing skits.
Mr. Frogers.
Like to get, like,
Those
it's
for
not just
fraud.
like a hi, I'm so and so. It's actual like
So you want
skits.
me to say yes to you helping videos because I own a company,
Mhm.
and if I have videos that or ads that really attract people, we're going
Yes.
to make more money.
Yes.
Great. So hi everybody, I'm Jonathan and I'm known as the marketing guy because as somebody who's done this over 10 years, I have the most disruptive mind you've ever seen. If you know Alex Hermosi,
Exactly.
kindergarten compared to what I do. If you want to take your business to the next level, add some revenue, you want a creative channel stopping video, can I send you a demo? You've ain't seen nothing yet.
Let's go.
Masterclass.
That's a pitch. Well,
That's the
but
masterclass.
that's a pitch.
Yes.
Because you can't pitch me that you want to be on stage because I can't put you on stage, but I can pay you to make really cool videos.
Absolutely.
And that's what you want. And there's a
Mm.
look about you that jives with I do really creative videos.
Mm.
And if the person here's, you want to qualify your lead, does that person know who the Harmon brothers are? Do you know who the Harmon brothers
Of course,
are?
I know who the Harmon brothers
Do
are.
you guys know who the Harmon brothers are?
Those are some disruptive videos.
No.
Right.
So creative.
Well, so all you have
Yeah.
to say, what is it, Squatty Potty or Poopery?
I remember the squatty potty.
Okay, yes, I
Yeah,
remember.
it was ridiculous.
And so,
funnels higher
Anybody
than
wanna
two,
get up
where
here?
they started
and so all you want to say to the person is going, hey, you
Someone
know
that
what?
hasn't been on the air?
I got to tell you, videos do more than you would ever imagine.
Yes, they do.
A 1 minute spot on the Super Bowl
One of you
costs
guys?
$13 million.
It does.
You give me 60 seconds, I can change your life. Oh, all right. I
Oh,
think I gotta go.
that's good.
That
Thank
was-
you so
Drop the
much.
mic.
Yes.
We're gonna do some disruptive videos.
Yes, we
I'm
are.
taking your class.
I'm taking it
You know
too.
what? I will
Me
take.
too. Let's all take it.
I'm gonna invite. Well, here's the thing. It's gonna be a crazy room. I'm gonna invite you guys one more time. 1minutetomillions.com. The end of October. I'm gonna go 5 days live. Here's the deal too. You get to bring a friend for free, and it's less than the cost of price of dinner. Why would I do that? Because I don't need to charge you. I need to charge you enough for you to show up. Turns out when I invite you for free, you don't come. And
That's
that
right.
means a lot. So just enough payment for you to go, all right, I'm going to show up every single day for 5 days. I promise your speech will change. Your ears will change. Your tolerance for stupid people will change. Just kidding.
I don't need that. I already got that.
There you go.
He knows.
And as soon as you can articulate what you do, so before I'm ready to leave, in the Forbes Riley fashion, I'm known as, what do you do, Ellie?
What do I do?
Yep.
I'm a singer songwriter and I write songs about your business and help you
Who's your
elevate
favorite
to the next
singer?
level. Natasha Bedingfield right now.
Who nobody really
No one
knows.
knows. Okay. Adele. Let's say Adele.
Okay, I'm known as the marketing Adele. I take simple lyrics and turn them into gold because
The marketing. Oh, I see. That's so helpful.
I will say 2 words that make a big difference in your life that you're not even thinking about. One of them is the word the. If I'm or I'm the, I'm a marketing person or I'm the marketing person. That is, I know that's like the queen of minutia over here, but that one word puts something in my ears that changes my impression of you.
Yeah.
Like, she's the something. She's like the.
Is that because
songwriter.
it's you're giving them something that they recognition, right? You're putting something that they know, familiarity. You said like, know, and trust,
Well,
right?
just the word versus the.
Oh, versus
makes
the.
you the
The.
expert.
I'm
The
the
lead.
one. Yeah.
Yes.
But also using a comparison helps them then go, okay, you already trust Adele, like you know Adele, so it then relates me to that, and yeah,
And what's more helpful? I am a digital marketer,
the
I'm known as the digital marketer.
known as the okay.
All of a sudden, known as like gives you this insane credibility, and I promise you, no one ever says really.
I gotta take
Who-
my
who calls you
notes down. Where is my phone?
And
Is,
then you
is
become
someone
it.
writing
I
this
love
down?
it. I love it. And then you become it.
Right.
Known. It's why is it
Manifest.
so much harder to market yourself than any? I feel like it's so much harder
that's
to.
Hard
such a
to
good
clean
question.
your own house.
Yeah. Like I could do him, I could do her, I could do but yourself.
5 minute
She's
method.
gonna do us all. And
Ah. Woo!
on that note, you're listening.
Yes, that's the way to end it, guys. Oh.
Oh,
All right. Bye.
applause, you guys. Woo!
That was so helpful.
And oh my God,
I'm known as the.
I'm known as the
Oh
most
my
advanced.
God. That is so
The
good.
self-made marketing business bestie that's going to take your business from 400,000 to 10 million.
Marketing business bestie. That's too long already. That's too long. I'm like, what'd you just say? Can you make it simpler?
Because my
Just say I'm the self